So, updates on political things. All right. So, banning on Facebook, that's just getting nuts. Okay. If you say that injections are good, fine. If you say they are bad, fine. But uh, saying out loud a fact, it's undisputable, and you get banned for it, seems a bit silly. Okay. So, if you get the COVID vaccine, there is a chance that you can die from the vaccine. If you don't take the vaccine, there is a 0% chance you will die from the vaccine. That's cold, that is true. You can't dispute that. But people are trying to say that, you're a bad person if you don't do it. Well, I'm sorry. You don't want to do it, don't do it. If you want to do it, do it. It's called free will. Um, when it oversteps the boundaries is when you say it has to be mandated. Well, I'm sorry to say that's communistic thoughts, or it's just scary. It's a slippery slope. Um, to each their opinion, but you're not going to die from a vaccine if you don't get it. You could die from something else, but you won't die from the vaccine. And if you get banned from Facebook for saying that, or banned from YouTube for saying that, that's just a bit silly. No matter how you fact check something like that, you can't dispute it. You can't die from a vaccine you don't take, but you can die from a vaccine that you take. Cold, clear, concise, true. Cannot dispute that. Okay, so with that kind of out of the way, government is still trying to do that. They're trying to regulate it, not regulate it. There's people going this way, there's people going that way. Truthfully, if I had an off-grid place, I'd be there. I'd do videos like this. I'd keep track of some stuff best I could. If it wasn't public, it'd be for my own personal diary. Uh, just letting things out of my head. Um, it's not that it's scary, because it is. And I don't want you to think I'm fearful. I'm not fearful. But to a point I am. Because uh, none of us want to go down that slippery slope, yet seem happy enough to stand in line with a ticket. And only when you're right at the edge, the precipice, you might stand back and say, no, I don't want to do this. Where you should be looking at all the different lines and wondering before you ever get in that line. Do not acquiesce to their request, uh, because it is a request. And if it's mandated, it goes against everything that a country or a sovereign nation or a nation of any kind, republic, even socialist or communistic, it goes against all of that to force something on somebody. That's tyrannical thoughts is that that have destroyed almost every single uh, nation in the world over time. If it's not something to do with that, it's financial. Those are the two. When you talk about fiat currencies and everything else, that's the other one. But tyrannical people forcing other people to do things has been the downfall for almost every governing body. The cool thing about the United States is supposed to be we the people, for the people, by the people. So when did a group of, it's not even a representative percent of the population rule the rest of the nation to be able to step in and say you have to do something or can't do anything? The Healthcare Act was something you all should take note of. If you don't have it, you get fined. Car insurance, you don't have it, you get fined. There's all these kinds of fines, and it's a way of legally skirting around the law because it's not a tax, it's a fine. Well, it is a tax, but it's not a mandate. Because if you don't have it, we're going to fine you. And that's where we're going with these COVID shots and the injections. Okay, they're not a vaccine. Okay, they're a COVID shot. Just like the flu vaccine's not a vaccine. It's a vaccine only because they call it that. It's a booster shot at best. And what it does is, from their best hope, they have picked the variant of the flu they think is going to be prevalent. And they give out those in hopes of giving enough people just a little bit to build enough immunity that it doesn't transfer all over the place. Because a vaccine means you don't get it. A booster shot is something different. So again, back to their what they call a vaccine. It's a COVID shot or an injection. Every year it'll be different. It'll be a different variant. You'll have to take a different one. Well, eventually the government's not going to pay for it. And that's back to the financial thing, where you can crack a government with just financing. If we called in the government to audit their books, they wouldn't make it. Almost all of it's gone black. You can't even audit it. They don't even know who to ask to audit it. There's just so much blacked out. You think we see black ink? Like blacked out reports where you get 7 pages of a report and there's one line that's not redacted? Well, imagine being in the Senate floor and having a bill passed and talking about budget, and you have to help vote what's best for the country on a budget where 90% of it you can't see where the money is. They're just saying, give us this much money. And you ask, what for? And they say, oh, you're not cleared to know. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this. If you're voting whether or not it's a yes or no, then you need to know. That's pretty simple. And yet we do it every year, every 4 years, every 2 years, every year, all the time. We need more money. What do you need more money for? We can't tell you. Okay, we'll just give you more money. And the people seem to be okay with it. They're not standing up and going, wait a minute, this is my money. I want to know where it's going. It's terrible, but that's how we roll. Just walk down the street, blissfully ignorant to the truth that you own nothing, not even your skin, not your bones, nothing. Not a hair on your chinny chin chin do you own. As a matter of fact, when you're dead and gone, you don't even have control over your bones. The government can. As a matter of fact, they can come in and dig your butt up and evict you from your final resting place. Don't believe me? Research it. Look how many cemeteries have been moved in the name of progress or other issues. Like greedy people who go, sorry, but your plot of land that your family purchased 100 years ago and have this many plots, Well, you haven't sold 3 of them, so you have not met your contract of all of you dying within 100 years. So we're going to remove you from the plot and sell it to somebody else. Stuff like this happens. And before I go, one last rant about masks and the different things in the political scheme that's going on. If masks work and there are 2 people, both do not need to wear masks. Let that think in. Let that sink in. If 2 people are interacting with each other and one of them is wearing a mask, they're both safe. The one wearing the mask can't breathe in what the other person is putting out, apparently, if masks work. And the masks also stops what's coming out of that person from transferring to the other person. So why would they both need to wear masks? And if you need to feel safe, wear a mask. Don't make someone else wear a mask. If a mask works and you want to be safe, you wear it. You wear it. I'm sorry, but I could slip and fall in the bathtub tomorrow. I can try to make it as safe as I possibly can. One misstep, and down I go, and I could break my neck. I'm not a worrywart on things like that. And also with the injections, same thing. If it makes you safe, don't force it on somebody else. You won't do it. You do it. And best of luck with that. Again, back to the 0 chance and 100% chance kind of thing. We're just back and forth. There's a 100% chance, if you get the injection, that it could, even on the tiniest little bit, could kill you just from the vaccine. Period. It can happen. If you ingest something, it can kill you. If you don't, you have a 0% chance of dying from it. That's pretty simple. I don't know how to put it more simple than that. If you do something, something could happen. If you don't do it, that couldn't happen. I don't understand some people's logic. And they walk around. As George Carlin would say, people are dumb. People are stupid. You take a piece of paper, you walk around this world, and just start writing down how many people you run into on a daily basis. They're stupid or dumb. And then you got to realize that that's kind of an average look. Most people are dumber than that. That's the average person. Most people are dumber than what you're writing down and already calling stupid or dumb. But you got to love them. You got to love people. You can look into their eyes and see the universe in it and just see the hope and the love out of the individual. When they start ganging up together and they all wear the same hats or they all wear the same uniform or something, that's where it starts getting problematic. Because where did all the free thinkers go? Where did the individuals go? And when you get into those groups, it's hive mentality. Oh, you got the shot? I should get the shot. Oh, you're wearing a mask? I should wear a mask. Gosh, I don't want to upset everybody for being different. No. Do not acquiesce. Say no. If that's what you want to do, say no. And if it's what you want to do, say yes. Yes, yes, yes. Give me that wonderful thing in the arm. Make me wear a muzzle so you can't see my expressions on my face. Dumb me down and put me down, and otherwise walk on me. Or stand up and say, no, not for me. Thank you, but no thank you. I will happily go and chew on glass. So that's 15 minutes out there, guys. I think that's long enough. You take care for now. Ta-ta.